right. Shalom, shalom. Praise for most, we would like to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekakwadash.
double honors unto the elders and apostles of the great millstones, taught us the truth and will. Shalom to the host elect, shalom to the Akim and Nakwah listening and learning. This goes out to the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, those so-called Native Americans, so-called Latinos, and so-called African Americans scattered throughout the four corners of the world. This is the branch of the Great Millstone Chicago Camp. I'm the brother Yahya.
I'm the brother Asha.
Back here with another quick lesson to the spirit. We really just wanted to go into how this place, America, which is Mystery Babylon, is falling, man. And so far, this place has been untouched, man. There's been no real wars inside of America. Every war that America's been in and fought, besides the Civil War, besides the actual end wars, but the actual wars, every war America's been in has been outside America. Vietnam, Germany, all these other wars that they've been to have been not inside America. So America is considered a virgin, man. But the Lord is finna bring this place down through, first the nations are gonna come confederate against them because this place up against her, because this place has betrayed the people, man. And this place is just a vile and wicked place. And the nations see that because the nations see that America and Israel is lined up against each other, and the rest of the EU and the rest of NATO is finna turn their back against America because America they looking at America like, what are you doing? Why are you helping Israel out? And Israel trying to
genocide?
No, what's the scripture? Raise up the small among them will
should draw them out.
Yeah. So
the least of the flock should draw them out.
Yeah, the least of the flock is drawing them out. So Israel is drawing out America to help them, which is gonna cause more and more ruckus as we see, man. And that's ultimately how this place is gonna fall. But ultimately, it's gonna be by the Lord and the nuclear destruction and the chariots. But we're gonna get to that, man.
This is Jeremiah, what he called for 49:20 says, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he has taken against Edom, and his purpose that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them." So this devil Esau Edom, being ruled by the chief nation, Amalek, the chief among the nations, he's going to bring this devil out, man. By trying to create war, across the globe. You know what I'm saying? And America's falling right in hand. They both, the dumb and dumber. That's what this title should be, dumb and dumber. You got these fools over there fighting, Gaza, committing genocide over there. And then you got America over here trying to take all these other countries, trying to take Greenland and all these other stuff, and they think they're operating without impunity and think that they still the big bully on the planet. But, that's what we're going into, that, this place has not been, there's been no wars on American soil. So that's why the Lord likened us unto a virgin. It hasn't been touched. But we know eventually the virgin is going to get touched. And, and that's usually what happens. And this devil he's slated for destruction, man. They can only rule for so long, and the Lord is gonna bring them out of power, man. And it's gonna happen. Scripture says it's gonna happen. So the 10 shall hate the whore.
Yeah.
Let's grab that right quick. So that's a part of everybody coming against this devil, man. Like he was just going into. Everybody's mad with this devil for what he's done. He's deceived the nations, man, and played them like chumps, and they mad at this devil.
All right.
That's Revelation 17. Was it 10? I think it's something. It's Revelation 7:12. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest."
You said 7.
Was it 10? Was it Slacker? To hate the whore? Let me just pull it up. I thought I was on the right scripture. Hold on. Hate the whore.
It's 17:16.
Oh, 17:16. I thought I was right there. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 16. "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire."
Right. These other nations are going to come against this devil. EU and NATO, along with their allies, they tired of this devil, man. So these people are going to come against this devil, man, for everything he's done against them. They're tired of this fool, man. So they want vengeance, man, to make sure that they take care of it. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Yeah, like we're saying, you know what I mean? They gonna come up against this devil, man. You know, EU, European Union, and NATO, man. Because he's right now he's over exceeding his authority. You gonna go just conquer somebody else's land? You gonna try to take Greenland? You went over there already, went to Venezuela and took their king.
Right, and not tell anybody else. He just acting on his own accord.
Right? Yeah. You think you're not gonna pay for all that, man? You know, what's that other one? It's another one in Habakkuk. The Confederate, you have laid a wound for you. Get that Habakkuk 2 and I think it's 8, and then Obadiah. You know what I mean? Where they all gonna come against this devil, man. You know, that's what it is. Habakkuk, or what is this? Uh, Habakkuk 2, and we can start at 4. It says, the point is yeah, and 8, yep. So it's Habakkuk 2 and 4. It says, behold his soul which is lifted up. Salaka, it's Habakkuk 2 and 4. It says, behold his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Talking about this devil, he's a scripture say he's born estranged from the womb, man. So he ain't right. It says, yea, also because he's transgressed by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and his death cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, heaping unto him all people. This is what this devil has done. He's got military garrisons all across the nation. He's got that Federal Reserve currency is in all the nations. Before this digital currency came, everybody had to buy and sell an American dollar when they was exchanging oil through that Federal Trade Commission that he established back in the day with the Rothschilds. But now the digital currency is coming. That dollar is being destroyed, so that petrodollar is no longer going to be valuable. So he can't control the world. Can't control the world globally anymore with his petrodollar financially. And the military garrisons, the people are kicking them out of their countries too. They get the hell out of here. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, a taunting proverb against him, saying, woe to him that increased that which is not his? How long? And to him that laid himself with thick clay, and that thick clay goes debt. America owes trillions of dollars to these other people, man. And they tired of this devil, They, America, borrowed all this money and don't have no way to pay them back. So, it's like, man, you owe us. Yeah, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the ruin of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. Right, so it's their turn. So you know what I mean? They've been bamboozled, tricked, betrayed, lied to, and taken advantage of. So now they're like, all right, it's get back time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So have we become as weak as we? Absolutely. Right. So let the strong say we are weak, as loosely paraphrasing.
The weak say I'm
the weak say I'm strong, right? So these other nations, everybody's got nuclear missiles now. They're breaking away from this petrodollar, opened up their own digital currency. So he's not the big bad wolf on the block anymore. There's other wolves who's rising up, and it's just time for this place to be touched, man. Got that Obadiah.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1. And where you start?
I think it's 10. All men were confederate with thee have laid a wound under you. Where is it at?
That's 7.
Oh, yeah, 7.
Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Yeah, you put tariffs on these people. These people put tariffs on your right back on you. You don't put tariffs on your major trading partners. Put tariffs on Canada, Mexico, China. Everybody you trade with, you didn't put tariffs on. Right, all your buddies, you said I'm putting a tariff on you, and as if they're not gonna put a tariff back. Man, that's why it says, let's read the next verse. This is why it says.
Verse 8, shall I not in that day saith in the Lord, even the saith Salakia. Verse 8, shall I not in that day saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mouth of Esau.
Yeah, these people are, like I said, dumb and dumber. You know what I mean? The Amalekites, the chief amongst the nation, who's running America. Not a who. You know what I mean? Telling Donald Stump what to do. You know what I mean? And this was happening right before your eyes, man. That's why the Lord is, bringing this devil down. And that's why it's going to be major calamities. It's going to happen right here in America. Mystery Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah in Egypt. This place is going to be touched. And it's going to be a rough ride, and they ain't going to like the show. The Lord's going to put the foo-fops on them. It's good.
Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. And that destruction and slaughter is going to be on their home front, on here in America. You know what I mean? And that's what's yeah.
No, I was going to say, can I get to Jeremiah 49?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're going to what we saying. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, and verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they would destroy till they have had enough. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. So Khan, this man Esau Edom, he's all the stuff that he's doing is not working anymore, man, because the other nations have become as strong and as smart as him, man. Going back to what he said, has thou become weak as we? And as we seen, the Lord is making Esau bare. The Lord is setting Esau up for when it's that time that all the nations are want to go after America, man. All the nations are proudly and happily to fight against America, because Esau Edom is gonna corner himself, man, because of all the wickedness that he's doing to these other nations. They gonna say enough is enough, man.
Yeah, his greed and his pride has destroyed him. You know what I mean? He can't think straight. You know what I mean? He's a powerful man, and the Lord has put that pride on him to do. He always overreaching. We grabbed that what's that Isaiah 14, weak as we, and then let the weak say I'm strong. I think it's in Joel. Grab that Isaiah 14, just straight to the point. It's Isaiah 14, and I'm getting to the point. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Oh man, I'm gonna skip around. I can't. I gotta get some of this stuff. Thou shalt take up, this is Isaiah 14:4. Thou shalt take up a proverb against the king of Babylon, saying, how have the golden Salaka. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in the wrath of the continual stroke, he that ruled the nation's anger is persecuted and none hindered. It says the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing, right? That's when the Lord brought this devil down. It says, I'm just jumping down. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, is stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth that had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, right? All of them standing up. And they shall speak unto thee, saying unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right. So he's weak like them, because the Lord bringing this devil down. You know what I mean? So, there's no more strength in him, no more wisdom in him, and the Lord is, collapsing them. And eventually it's going to be all out war on this American soil, and they're going to suffer for all the violence they've done. You got that, Joel?
Yeah, this is the book of Joel 3. And we can get straight to the point.
Yeah, straight to the point.
Joel 3 and 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
And that's them building their military might. You see, Iran is, deal with China. China just flew over there. There's some big-ass jets to get them some arsenal.
Everybody got a nuke now.
Everybody got nukes. Everybody got partners. So, you know what I mean? They're allied with Russia and China. So the nations are not as weak as they once were. They have allies with Russia and China. And China, like I was just mentioning, delivered some armory over to Iran the other day. You can pull it up and you can see. So this devil is, man, it's like it's like an airplane, flaming airplane going down in smoke. He is going down in smokes, man. And there's no, let's get this Isaiah 47:1. I don't ever think we ever got to it.
Nah.
This is Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There's no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Right? Exactly. The Lord is going to defile this devil. You know what I mean? It's once and for all. I'm going to jump down to 7. It says, "And thou," just jumping around, Isaiah 47:7, "and thou saidst, thou shalt be a lady forever. So thou didst not lay these things to heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it," right? It says, "Therefore, hear now this, thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that says to thy heart, I am, and there none else beside me. I shall sit as a widow, neither shall I know loss of the children." But the Lord said, "But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children, the widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundances of thy enchantments." It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know." And that's the Lord is going to destroy this place, and they don't know where it came from. It's going to be violently, overwhelmingly, and they're going to be it's going like a third world country. You see these other countries, that's been bombed, Gaza and all this other stuff. America's going to look like that.
Right. Ain't nobody in America prepared for none of these people. The average American isn't prepared for a real life war, man.
Right. They're not exactly. They used to being the ones who, looking at war on TV. Right. Now, when it hit the soil here, they're going to be like, it's going to be a whole rude awakening. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's get this Revelation 18:2. More destruction for this place. It's Revelation 18 and 2.
Revelation 18:2. "And he cried mightily with the
This started one, Yeah, let's look at the title. It said, "Babylon is fallen."
Revelation 18:1. "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon is the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies."
Yeah, everybody's lived deliciously off this devil and his alphabet lifestyle, his pollution, his poison, his philosophies, his doctrine, democracy, everything that's wicked and contrary to Yahweh Shem Shai. This, Esau, Edom, self-proclaimed white man here in America is promoted. And all the countries bought into it. They were afraid of the hammer of the earth, so they joined in with him. You know what I mean? He forced it with his petrodollar. He forced it with his military might all across the globe and his financial might with that global banking system. But now all that's coming to an end. And the Lord is bringing him down. And he's not going to escape the wrath that Yahweh Shem is going to bring upon him. Just jumping down to 7 and 8 right quick. It says, "How much she glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow." That's what these Americans say right now. We ain't gonna see no loss. We ain't gonna see no sorrow. We gonna be we gonna be good forever, right? "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Yahweh who judges her." So that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? This is a part of that annihilation. It says, "And the kings of the earth who committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning." That's some thermonuclear fires. When the Lord finally eradicates them in the laser beams from the chariot, man. This is going to be a destructive situation. You know what I mean? For this devil, man. With the Lord's judgment finishes annihilating them. And they know, and nobody can, stay the hand of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's it. 'Cause, 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 'cause
I mean, I have my own.
Go ahead, go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 1. Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoilest and was not spoiled, and dealtest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Going back to the title of this place, America being a so-called virgin and not having been spoiled, and it's about to be spoiled greatly, man. It's about to be one of the worst destructions in history because it's gonna be worse than Sodom and Egypt, man. We know what happened to them. It's gonna burn and like we just read in the Revelation, the smoke is gonna be there for a little minute before the Lord decides to calm it down. And that's because of all of the horrifying and all the wicked, vile stuff this place has done. And the Lord is going to come down and destroy this place first he's going to destroy it through the nations, and then he's going to come, and they're going to have to fight against him. But that's another topic entirely. But
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's perfect fitting, you know. We got a million other precepts to go with it, but I think we made our point that this place is gonna be touched, man. You know what I mean? The nation's gonna get their lick back, and Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna eradicate it. You know what I mean? So that's what's gonna happen. Well, I hope that was edifying. We're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, great millstone taught us his truth and rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the occupant, Aquat there listening and learning. Till next time, Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, and Abba Babal.